join us and really strengthen our organization. It is the South Texas Alliance, so we are gonna invite the other municipalities to come join and be part of our team, so that when we have a voice, and whether it's in Washington, whether it be in Austin, it'll be a strong, forceful voice, and that makes a very big difference.
I am Dr. Victor Trevino, Mayor for the City of Laredo, and to me it is a great opportunity for us to be together and discussing all the challenges that affect all of the border cities, and all the border mayors have to be on the same wave of thought. The challenges right now, the most important one is the water issue, and we all share the water from the river, and we need to get together and on some mitigation efforts to be on the same page, so we can have different efforts, not some cities having more stringent cities than others. And this is all something we need to visualize as a group, as a unity. And when we go to Washington, we have to present ourselves as one united group. I think the strength is in numbers, and this is an event that portrays it. I'm very glad to be here. I think we should continue having these meetings. And I think as the leaders in the trade with Mexico, that's onshoring, and all these things that are coming, we have to stand as a group that's united, and we have to lead by example, that we're doing what we're doing is beneficial not only to our communities, but to the rest of the country.
Norma Sepulveda, Mayor of the City of Harlingen. As you heard from all of the mayors, I think the takeaway is we're stronger together. We are working collaboratively to make sure that the issues of the region are presented at the national stage and at the state stage. And we do that by having these almost brainstorming sessions. We learn from one another. You know, Brownsville is doing amazing work that we can all benefit from. A success for Brownsville, success for Harlingen, for the entire region. And that's what we want people to see. We want people to see that South Texas is united in the issues, because our issues impact our residents. And we are all here to be a voice for our community, and every issue, no matter whether it's immigration, economic development, job opportunities, they affect all of our communities. And I think that we are at a point in South Texas to know maybe someone that lives in the city of Harlingen works in Brownsville, or maybe studies in Edinburgh, or even travels to Laredo. And so the fact that this community has become an area where it is focused on the entire region and not individual cities, we have seen a lot more growth and a lot more federal dollars that are coming to our community to be able to solve those needs. So this is wonderful. We do this quarterly, as mentioned before. It's important for every city to have an opportunity to highlight, because I learned a lot today from Mayor John, and those are things that we can take back to our communities and implement to be able to really just serve the needs of our community. So thank you.
Adrian Gonzalez, Mayor of the City of Wesco. I'm good. It's good that I'm last, right? Because they already said everything. Right? But again, no, it's a great thing too that all of us get here. You know, that we're all together and meet. And not only that, it's just that we learn from each city of what's going on in their cities. And like I said before, you know, it's a region. It's RGV. You know, and knowing that every city brings something to the table for the RGV that attracts different people to the Rio Grande Valley. And not only that, but it also, like again, like, you know, repeating what they were saying, is that it gives us a stronger voice in the state level and in the federal level. So just being together, and again, I am excited to bring different municipalities, the smaller cities that really need the help and need that guidance to grow. And one thing I've always said is that, you know, if they grow, we grow. And if we grow, they grow. So it's great to, you know, meet every quarterly and discuss our issues and what's going on. And most importantly, you know, now trying to reach out to our smaller cities and invite them to join the alliance, so we can, you know, help them, you know, grow. So
I just want to say one other thing in relation to, we've been meeting for over a year now, and so you wonder, well, what's happened, or what is happening with the alliance. One thing that I do want to highlight is immigration. This alliance, when it got formed, strongly started advocating for really telling our story, right, about the border, about South Texas. Who are we? What are we? It is election year, so I know there's a lot talked about the border, and wanted to make sure that what is highlighted is a complete picture. So I do want to commend the alliance because of advocacy. President Biden came down to Brownsville in February, and in that meeting, we met with them as an alliance and talked about these things in relation to what our border area is about. And when the executive order was signed, he reached out to the alliance, the White House, to ensure that the area, South Texas, had a voice at least to share about our area. And so that's as it relates to immigration. And I could see as we've come together how it's impacted that effort can impact so many other issues. And I'm looking forward to that, as has been mentioned by all the mayors, because coming together, we're a strong force. I mean, all together from Laredo, San Antonio, down this area, we're over 50 cities. So it's important to have an alliance like this that can advocate for the best interests of our region.
If I may, real quick, and that is very important, but one of the things that he does mention, is even when we deal with immigration, we do not deal with partisan politics.
Right.
We deal with what's best for our communities. We deal with water, sewer, infrastructure, police protection, fire protection. That is what we care about the most. And of course, immigration is part of it, but never in a partisan way. And that's why I'm very proud of being part of this organization. We do what's best for our communities.
And one more thing I want to add, everything is intertwined. Immigration, commerce, security. So we have to focus on the big picture. Laredo being the largest port of entry to the United States, it behooves us to be all together and be on the same page. So we have to realize that we have to deal with all these issues so we can have a successful trade with our largest partner, which is Mexico.
Well, thank you, mayors, for all your comments. As you can see, we have a very strong voice. We work towards promoting a common platform, right, that of issues that all affect us, but also work towards solutions that we all agree on. So I think, again, I'm really proud of this group and doing it in a nonpartisan way. I think that's very important in this age of polarization, that show that leaders do care about what's right for our citizens.
Mayor, I have one question. What about the port? I mean, I know we're gonna get a new port, I think it's Flor.
Oh, the new port
Yes.
port crossing.
How
Yes.
important are the ports all across the border? The crossings, how important, I mean, we have one ports in Hidalgo County, Cameron County. How important are those ports in relative to border trade?
I think it's extremely important to have efficient connectivity with our partners in Mexico, right? Without efficiency, there's lags, it costs money, it costs time, it affects families, and it especially affects border communities, right? So having 2 new presidential permits for new bridges that just got announced, I think is extremely important. I think it sets the stage for us to continue to grow and to capitalize on our border economy.
And what about the Port of Brownsville and the LNG that is developing right now?
Yeah, obviously the Port of Brownsville is a big area for investment in the state of Texas, right? With over $20-something billion of projects that are currently underway. I think infrastructure is important, workforce development is important when it comes to making sure those projects are successful. And those projects are valley projects, right? The whole valley will benefit from what's happening at the Port of Brownsville.
And the LNG development that's going on, currently there's 2 that are going out there off of I believe it's Highway 48?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, there's 2 currently that are, one's under construction, one will be breaking ground later this year.
And then say if Brownsville succeeds, the whole valley succeeds.
Absolutely.
Mayor Cowan, if I could ask any of the others except you, because you've answered this earlier today, but it's a question about the trip to Asia that Governor Abbott is currently on, along with Adriana Cruz from the Economic Development Office. And as you know, but any of the other mayors want to comment on this, the Rio Grande Valley is not represented. I don't know if Laredo is, San Antonio is, but has the Valley dropped the ball in not being on that huge trip to Taiwan, Japan, South Korea? And should perhaps all the EDCs have pulled their resources to make sure we do have the funds to go on such a big trip?
Actually, I don't think we've dropped the ball. As a matter of fact, that's something we're looking at. If somebody goes and opens up the door to the opportunity, for example, like the way the governor is, it makes it a lot easier for example, McAllen or an organization to go do what they've already done. They are opening up doors, and that's something that I hope everybody realizes.
But Mayor, a lot of cities from around around Texas, much smaller than the cities in the valley, are on that trip, is the point I'm making.
Sure, and that's fine. But my point is, they're opening doors. And once that happens, because I've had invites, subsequent to the visit in India, I've had invites from different people in the Indian community to go follow up on the visit by the governor. So that's precisely what I'm saying. So I think it'd be stronger, because I'm looking at possibly going and having Edinburgh, Brownsville, other municipalities go with us. Because really we're thinking about now Rio Place, we're thinking about our area. So if we do it more as an area instead of a city, one individual city, it's a lot stronger. The governor's out there, he's opening doors, so we gotta take advantage.
Does the governor reach out to McAllen or any other McAllen or Valley City to go on this tour?
I did not, I don't know if the administration.
Anybody else invited by the governor?
Colleagues, we're gonna take 2 more questions, please. We have a schedule to keep, so 2 more questions. Ask any of the mayors, please.
Let me just say real quickly regarding economic development. I think all of us here are united to advocate, for best interest as it relates to economic development. We had that economic summit, the governor came down, remember, for that. We're gonna be following up on that as a region. As I mentioned, we're over 50 cities in our region. So that is something that we're gonna continue working towards. But I agree with Mayor Villalobos. The governor's out there, he's opening doors. It's up to us to ensure that we follow up. And because this is about the whole state, about the whole area, we need to capitalize on that ourselves. And I think we're all on the same page to do that.
¿Alguno que pueda hacer una pequeña recapitulación en español, por favor?
Aquí estamos en la alianza de todas las ciudades del sur de Texas y se formó hace más de un año. Y esta alianza es para generar colaboración dentro de todas las ciudades de San Antonio, de Laredo, del Valle del Río Grande, con cuestiones de inmigración, de agua, desarrollo económico, educación también. Tenemos las juntas cada 3 meses en diferentes ciudades y hoy estamos aquí en Brownsville. Estamos bien agradecidos a Mayor Cowan por darnos la oportunidad de educarnos de lo que está sucediendo aquí en Brownsville, que nos beneficia a toda la región. Y vamos a seguir haciendo alianzas con otras ciudades. Vamos a invitar a otras ciudades que participen, porque esto es algo que nos ayuda muchísimo a cada ciudad de nosotros trabajando colaboración en regional.
Que no se nos olvide. Y es muy importante que esta alianza, el trabajo de nosotros desde el drenaje de calles, de protección, de policía, bomberos, eso es lo que es importante para nosotros, y nada de lo que hacemos es tocante de participación de política, por ejemplo, de partidos, demócrata, republicano. Es que es el mejor interés de nuestras comunidades.
Guys, 2 questions.
Gracias.
2 questions. Anybody else? Anything else?
Do you all know where the next meeting is going to be held?
That will be
Hoping
decided
Macau.
today.
Okay. Right.
We'll be announcing that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.